Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio. So today, we get to look at a new Beheeyem card. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a little bit of a while since we had a new Beheeyem card. Can anyone remember the last time we actually had one of these bad boys? Yeah, some of the Gen 5 Pokemon have really been getting ignored lately. The last time we got a proper Beheeyem card was back in Breakthrough, which incidentally rotated out a little while ago. That was 4 years ago, 2015, September 2015. It's not as long as some Pokemon have had to wait, still a fair bit of a wait. The thing is, it was worth the wait because it's bringing back Item Lock. And that's pretty gosh darn good. Translations here, I'm going to be honest, I knocked it up from Google Translate. But I am going to check with a lovely David Hockman before I post this video to make sure I've not done a silly. Although the translation does seem pretty gosh darn clear. So looking at the basics here then, it's got 80 HP, which is low but can't be searched with Professor Round's lecture, which kind of sucks. It is a Psychic type, which means you will be hitting weakness on Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX, which looks like it will be amazing. Yes, I know that Jirachi GX will get rid of the weakness, but it doesn't matter because you're attacking on your turn, so honestly, all you need to do is pop down a Power Plant and their weakness comes back. I'm not impressed with Jirachi as a great tech in Mew Mew decks because you can just play Power Plant on your turn and ignore it. Retreat cost to 1 is nice. It means free retreat with Escape board or U-turn board, which is always kind of fun. And the weakness to Psychic could be slightly annoying, but you've only got 80 HP. It doesn't really matter. And of course, I suppose being Psychic type, you got stuff like Spell Tag you can use, yay, etc. But it's really the attacks we're looking at here, and it's not the first attack. The first attack, 1 Psychic Energy, 20 damage, no. Yes, I am fully aware that we don't have Choice Band anymore. And that makes it even worse. If you could have Choice Band and be hitting 100 damage against a GX that was weak, I could go, alright, maybe this is kind of worth it here and there in an emergency, though arguably a waste of your Choice Band. But no! It's just bad. But the main attack here, the second attack, this is very, very nice indeed. Free Colorless Energy, 90 damage. Return this Pokemon and all attached cards to your deck. During your opponent's next turn, they cannot play any item cards from their hand. This is wonderful! This is redonkulous. And look, I could do a bit of a lead up and kind of lead you down there over time, build the suspense, but no. Let's just say it straight off the bat. Triple Acceleration Energy. Triple Acceleration Energy here is going to make this approximately 1 billion times better. Frankly, Triple Acceleration Energy makes this viable. It's as simple as that. Without Triple Acceleration Energy, I don't think I could ask you to play this. But it doesn't matter, because we do have Triple Acceleration Energy, so I can. You see, Triple Acceleration Energy, when attached to an evolved Pokemon, provides free colorless energy but gets discarded at the end of your turn. Well, firstly, this attack on Beheeyem here costs free colorless energy, and secondly, you shuffle it back into your deck. That means that it's not there at the end of the turn to be discarded. This gets around the only downside of Triple Acceleration Energy. Oh no, wait. The other downside of Triple Acceleration Energy is it's a special energy, it's easier to discard, but no, it's gone. The only real downside of Triple Acceleration Energy is that it goes away at the end of your turn, it's easier removed and all of that. Well, here you attach it to Beheeyem, shuffle yourself back into your deck, and now you're fine again. This is really, really nice. And those of you that have been playing a little while, this should remind you of Excelgor at this point. Now, Excelgor wasn't exactly the same, but Excelgor was a stage 1 that for 1 special energy, double colorless in their case, did 50 damage, paralysis and poison, and shuffled it back into your deck. So every turn you needed to get the stage 1, you needed to get the special energy, and you would loop it. And that's what you're doing here with Beheeyem, you are looping it. The goal here is to always have another Beheeyem on your bench, and then what you do is you put one active or a free retreater that's kind of bulky, maybe something like an Evil Towel from Team Up, 110 HP, resistance to fighting, free retreat, and a not terrible attack that for 1 energy will discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active if they're going the special energy route. And then either you've got a Beheeyem in the active or you promote a Beheeyem to the active, and then you do 90 and item lock them. It's great. One of the big challenges we're going to have here is finding your triple acceleration energy every turn. That could be an issue. Now, you can take advantage of cards like Red's Challenge, but only getting 1 card a turn can slow you down. Or you can use something like a Macargo to put it on top of your deck ready to draw into it the next turn. You've always got, in Expanded, Energy Lotto. And that's one of the big problems. We're losing Energy Lotto, that's an issue. But outside of that, it's a stage 1 for 1 energy. Really, what people used to do with Excelgor, and might I suggest doing this yourself, getting your deck as thin as you possibly can. The ideal scenario here is that you get your deck down to 3 cards, and those 3 cards are LGM, Beheeyem, and triple acceleration energy. And then every turn you shuffle those 3 cards back, and then you play something like Zeb Striker to make sure that you can always draw your entire deck. And then, that's the other thing here, and then this is very important, you never deck out. Because every turn you're putting 3 cards back into your deck. So there's never any possibility of you not having any cards at the beginning of your turn, because at the end of your turn, you just put 3 cards into your deck, and then you're absolutely golden because you're not decking out. But it's item lock. We need to go back to the whole item lock thing. Item lock is a hugely powerful thing in the Pokemon trading card game. We saw Seismitoad take advantage of it. We saw Trevenant take advantage of it. Essentially, any time we can get good item lock, it's amazing. Now, to be fair, we did have item lock recently with Luxio, and it never saw any play. Even being able to use Luxray and paying the energy cost for a single memory energy, it never saw any play. But the thing is, you either had an 80 HP stage 1 with a bad weakness that had to stay in the active, or you were mucking about with a stage 2 and special energy. The amazing thing here is you can shuffle it back into your deck and put whatever you want back into the active. And now all of a sudden your opponent has no items. They can't use something like a Pokemon Communication to go and search out their stuff because they don't have any item cards. They can't go and use something along the lines of a Pal Pad to go and get some of their supporter cards back, but because they've lost this. They can't use a Fire Crystal to get their energy back, etc, etc. And I know that you've only got 80 HP, but you wear your opponent down, run them out of resources, and item lock them for the game until they basically give up. The other giant difference between Beheeyem and Luxio is you do 90 damage. The thing is, 30 damage is extremely low. Now, Seismitoad got away with it, but Seismitoad had the combination of Burbank City Gym and Hypnotoxic Laser to do 3 damage counters between turns. Luxio didn't. I'm not saying this is amazing. I'm not saying that 90 damage is great. But I am saying that it's way better than something like Luxio and stands a much better chance. Yeah, you've got to get your stage 1 out every turn, but swarming stage 1s is not that difficult. And yes, you've got to get your special energy every turn, but just thin your deck out as fast as you can. You'll be fine. You don't even need really more than 1 energy in deck unless your opponent's playing a mill deck, and that's the other thing, right? If you are going down to 3 cards in deck, and your opponent decides to start playing around with Giovanni's Exile and Diglett, that could go very wrong. But just try and avoid that. This is reliable item lock. This is item lock we can have every turn, and we're doing a decent amount of damage. I think this could legitimately be a contender. I'm giving it 4 Wassies. I know it's awkward, I know we've got to get it going every turn, I know we've got to get the special energy every turn, I know it's a bit of a weak Pokemon, and I know it's only doing 90 damage, but actually that's still more than Seismitoad, that's still more than Trevenant, that's actually quite a lot for item lock. I think this is very nice indeed. But I would like to know what you think, so please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where we talk about games that don't have Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.